false Messiah, Dajjal. PR work perfectly. And now Israel can launch that spectacular military attack. The Israeli people are calling on the government, come on, what are you waiting on? Let's wage war. In the Israeli cabinet they're calling for it. And the government is giving the impression to the world that we are restraining ourselves. How long will it be before that takes place? I don't think long. That spectacular military display is coming soon. It is my impression that when that happens, it will be the most appropriate time to bring down the international monetary system, which is already fraudulent and already vulnerable. And therefore, that will be a time when Dajjal will move from a day which is a month to a day which is like a week. Israel now emerges as the ruling power in the world. The impression is created that this is the return of the Golden Age. It is only at that time that Dajjal will now appear in a day which is like our day. I assume that he will be the ruler of Israel. And so from Jerusalem he rules the world. And so he's accomplished his mission. And the Golden Age has come back. But Banu Israel will not be able to recognize that they were deceived. It is after this that Imam al-Mahdi emerges. I have this lecture maybe tomorrow. But Imam al-Mahdi will not emerge until the water in the Sea of Galilee is dry. When Imam al-Mahdi emerges, it is that time that Isa alayhi salam will return. And he will kill Dajjal. But Isa alayhi salam cannot return until the water in the Sea of Galilee is dry. How low is the water? Is it drying up? I read the Jerusalem Post every day on the internet in order to monitor the water level in the Sea of Galilee. It is now so low as never before in history, so low, that Israel itself has declared, that is the water engineers, that they expect sometime this summer that the water level will reach so low that the Sea of Galilee can never be restored. It's going to die now. We want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. What's the end going to be like? The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, that even if it was the last day, Allah would lengthen that day so that a man from my family, whose name is my name, whose grandfather's name is whose father's name is my father's name, namely his name will be Abdullah, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, that man will arise and proclaim himself to be Imam al-Mahdi. That's what the Prophet said. When Dajjal announces that he is the Messiah and deceives many amongst mankind, that will be the time that the Imam will also be born, and the Imam will grow up to be a man, and he will be a well-known Muslim, because the Prophet said, a Muslim ruler will die, and then there will be arguments and disagreements concerning succession. And at that time a man will come out of Medina and hurry to Mecca. When he reaches to Mecca, the people will come out to him and force him to accept the bay'ah. The bay'ah is a political institution which is used to legitimize power and rule over Muslims. When the people take the bay'ah, he will then proclaim and say, I am the Mahdi. I am the Mahdi. When he makes that proclamation, said the Prophet ﷺ, an army will come to attack him. The army will come from the north, from Syria. The earth will open and swallow that army when the army is between Mecca and Medina, between Medina and Mecca. And when that army swallows, that will be sign number 8. 3 major earthquakes. In fact, I believe that the recent tsunami in Southeast Asia is the first of the 3 earthquakes. The second one should happen in the west, and then the third one will happen in Arabia. After that, Dajjal will now attack the Imam. He comes, said the Prophet ﷺ, from the east. When the confrontation between Dajjal and the Imam takes place, it will be in Damascus. Then, said the Prophet ﷺ, Nabi Isa ﷺ will come down from the sky with his hands resting on the wings of 2 angels in a day which is like our day, and at that time will the true Messiah come down. When he comes down, he'll kill that false Messiah. And after that false Messiah is killed, then Allah will destroy Gog and Magog. And now it's a level battlefield, because the cruise missiles ain't going to work anymore. All the electronic gadgetry will not work anymore once Dajjal is destroyed. And so it's back to conventional warfare. Oh yes, with horses. The Prophet said, when that happens, he said, when you see the black flags coming from the direction of Khorasan, go and join that army. If you have to crawl over ice, go and join that army, even if you have to leave Singapore. Go and join that army. Because Allah's Khalifa, Imam al-Mahdi, is in that army. And no one will be able to stop that army until it reaches Jerusalem. And so now, we don't have time to debate this subject with those who differ with us. We don't have time for them anymore. They can differ with us. They can disbelieve all of this. It doesn't bother us, because we know the countdown has begun. We know it's just a little bit more time when a Muslim army will destroy the state of Israel. The Holy Land will then be liberated. The true followers of Ibrahim alayhi salam will then take control of the Holy Land. The state of Israel of Sulaiman alayhi salam will be restored by Isa alayhi salam. And the Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, he said that Jesus will rule as a just hakim, adil, a just ruler from Jerusalem. And so the prophecy will be fulfilled. And the golden age will be restored. But it is the followers of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam which would have inherited the legacy of Sulaiman alayhi salam. And so Dajjal is close to the completion of his mission.